Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Chase. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to our Motorcycle Chains 101 video, where I'm going to tell you about the two different types of chains that are available, or three actually, and which one's going to be best for you. Now, in the world of chains, there are really just two categories. You have a non-sealed, sometimes called a standard or even a race chain, and you have your sealed chains. And regardless of the chain that you get, whether it's a different size or whether you get a standard or a sealed, they're all going to be put together the same. You're going to have your outer plate that has your pins. Those pins then go through the roller that is connected to your inner plates. Those make up your links. Those are then riveted together. The main difference between your sealed and your non-sealed is just like the name says. Your sealed chains are going to have either an O-ring or an X-ring, and we'll talk about those more in detail in just a moment, but those are going to be in between the outer and the inner plates. Those create a seal that prevents water, dirt, and other things from getting inside that inner roller. So it traps the lubricant inside, it keeps water and dirt out. This means that when it comes to a sealed chain, it's going to give you better life and durability. You're going to have to adjust it less, maintain it less, and you don't have to clean it as often. Well, that means that a sealed chain is obviously the best option for everybody, right? Well, it's not that simple. Because if you look at all your supercross racers and all your motocross racers, they're all going to be running, for the most part, a standard non-sealed chain. So why is that? Well, there's a couple main factors to that I want to get into. With a standard non-sealed chain, they're going to be less expensive, which is going to be appealing for a lot of riders. And the other main factor of why riders choose a non-sealed chain is drag. Yes, these are going to wear out faster. They're going to wear out your components like your sprockets faster because they're not sealed. Dirt and water and those things are going to be able to get into those inner rollers. That's going to wear the chain out faster. That is a given, which means you have to lubricate these chains much more often. But drag is really the main reason why riders prefer this type of chain, because when you add that O-ring or an X-ring to a sealed chain, you are now adding a layer, a friction layer between the plates that creates a lot of drag. And when it comes to motocross and supercross, the reason that riders don't want that drag is, one, it robs power from the motorcycle. That's one of the main factors, especially on smaller, say 250 or 125 bikes. The other is because when you slow down or you let off the throttle, that extra drag is going to slow you down faster so your bike won't coast as much. And especially on four strokes where you have engine braking, that drag from a sealed chain is going to exaggerate that engine brake feel. That's really the main reason that motocross and supercross racers tend to use a non-sealed chain, even though, again, they're going to wear faster. You have to replace them more often, adjust them more often, and lubricate them more often. So why would you want a sealed chain? Well, let's talk about these two. And before I talk about which one might be best, let's talk about the difference between O-ring and X-ring, because that can be a little bit confusing. As I'd mentioned, I got on my hand right here. This is an O-ring. And like I mentioned earlier, you're going to have an O-ring that goes in between the outer plate. It goes right onto that pin. It goes on the outer plate, and it basically just gets sandwiched between the outer and the inner plate. And as I mentioned, it prevents, or it traps in the lubricant, the grease inside that roller, and it keeps dirt and water out. When they first came out with a sealed chain, O-ring was the first one, and it was a great design. It works really, really well. But then later on, they wanted to have the benefits of a sealed chain, but they wanted to try and reduce the amount of drag. Now, I will say this, that when you go from a standard chain that is non-sealed to a sealed chain, the difference in the amount of drag is very, very noticeable. It is a drastic difference. Now, when you go from an O-ring chain to an X-ring chain, if you look at the seal on an X-ring chain, you notice that it looks very different. And the purpose behind this design is to still give you that contact point to trap the lubricant inside the roller, but it creates less drag because you have less of that seal actually contacting the outer plate. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the seal, you're getting all the benefits of the O-ring, less drag to, again, go along with the reasons that riders like a non-sealed chain. That's the main difference. Now, I will say that when you go from an O-ring chain to an X-ring chain, the difference in the drag isn't nearly as noticeable as when you go from a standard chain to a sealed chain. But there is a difference, and for that reason, your X-ring chains tend to be a little bit more expensive. All right, so now you know the difference between the two. Let's talk about why off-road riders like to use a sealed chain more than a non-sealed. Now, to give you a reference, I had already talked about this. A non-sealed chain, you have to maintain more. What I mean by that is you need to be lubricating it much more often, because when you ride with this, because you don't have those seals trapping that lubricant in, they can dry out a lot faster. It's easier for those to wear out quicker. And for me, I'm a motocross rider. When I go to the track, I'm usually never riding for more than 20 minutes at a time. I will lubricate my chain every time before I go ride. That's how often I would recommend you lubricate a non-sealed chain as well. Now, when it comes to a sealed chain, well, you can go much longer before you need to lubricate it because it's all trapped inside those rollers. So for off-road riders, whether you're doing a desert race or you're just going out for the entire day, you don't have to worry about losing your lubricant and your chain getting worn out too quickly because it's all trapped in there by those seals. Now, that doesn't mean you don't want to maintain and clean and lubricate a sealed chain. You still want to clean it just like a standard chain. You still want to lubricate it, but there's a couple things you do want to be mindful of. With a standard chain or non-sealed, for me, I take that pressure washer, I get up there as close as I want to get because I'm not worried about damaging those seals. I get my chain cleaner, I get a brush, I can scrub it all off. It's a simple process. Just when I'm done, I like to dry the chain and lubricate it right away to prevent rust. Same thing goes for your sealed chains. But when you're lubricating these, you want to still lubricate the out and inside. A couple reasons for that. One, it's going to help prevent any kinks getting in your chain. It eliminates rust. And you want to keep those seals in good condition so they don't dry out and crack. Same thing goes for when you're cleaning a sealed chain. With that pressure washer, just be mindful of that. You don't want to get too close because you can damage those seals with the pressure washer. And you always want to use a cleaner that is going to be seal friendly. And you can know that by either, if you're buying some, look at the bullet points on the product page, or they will usually tell you on the outside of the can if that chain cleaner or chain lubricant is okay to use on a sealed chain. But that is why off-road riders prefer to use a sealed chain. You're going to get longer life out of it. You can go out for longer rides and not worry about having to lubricate it nearly as often. You don't have to adjust it as often, and they're just better suited for off-road in general. And that's the three different options: non-sealed, O-ring, X-ring. Motocross and supercross, the vast majority prefer a non-sealed chain for the reasons that I just explained. That's the chain that I prefer to use. But if you're an off-road rider, or if you're just looking for the most longevity out of a chain, you don't want to do maintenance as much, you don't want to be adjusting it all the time, you don't want to worry about lubricating all the time, just because you're a motocross guy does not mean you cannot use a sealed chain. That's just a preference for really the different types of riders that are out there. You do you, whatever you think is going to be best. Last thing I will caution you on is there's a lot of motorcycles that come with a standard chain. Most of your motocross bikes come with a non-sealed chain, and when you want to go to a sealed chain, because you're adding those seals in there, it makes it wider. And there are going to be some bikes that will require you to add a spacer on the countershaft sprocket to make sure that the sealed chain is not going to rub on your engine cases. So just be aware of that. Now, the last piece of advice that I will give you, because we see this often, it's a common question. There are a lot of different chain lubes available, and not all chain lubes are the same. You have chain waxes, you kind of have your standard traditional lubes. In any case, no matter what you're using, make sure you look at what they recommend, because a lot of lubricants will tell you that after you spray your chain, you want to wait anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes and wait for that lubricant to settle, because a lot of them have solvents, and a lot of riders will lubricate their chain and then immediately take off. And so if you've ever got done riding and looked at your motorcycle and you just noticed that you had a lot of your lubricant just fling off onto the frame of the bike, chances are it's because you didn't wait for it to settle before you went and ride. So just make sure that depending on the lube that you are using, that you don't just spray it on and then just take off to ride immediately. Last little bit of advice too is, this isn't the case with every chain you get, but in some cases, and I've even done this, if you get a chain that is just completely coated and there is just a ton of excess lubricant or grease or whatever it is on there, I'll take a rag and I'll just run the whole chain through it to wipe off as much of that excess as I can. There's still plenty of lubrication in there, but I do that just to prevent all that excess from getting flung onto my bike when I go ride. That is our Chains 101 video. Hopefully I've answered your questions about the difference between non-sealed and sealed, the difference between O-ring and X-ring. But if I didn't, if you still have questions, Leave those down below, we'll get those answered. And now, as always, Rocky Mountain is the best place to shop ever. We have everything you need. So click the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. We ship for free over $75. The easiest way to see all the different chains available for your motorcycle is enter the year, make, and model on the homepage, and you'll see everything from chains and everything else that's gonna fit your bike or your ATV. From all of us at Rocky Mountain, thank you for watching. Get subscribed to stay up to date on videos like this. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.